The AI industry has a massive terminology problem. Everything's being called an agent now. Chatbots, assistants, copilots, automations. It's stretched so thin, the world means almost nothing. Today, I'm going to give you a definition that actually holds up and show you the only 4 agents you actually need. So let me give you a definition that's really simple but actually holds up. An agent is an AI that can do things, not just talk. If you ask it a question and it answers, that's a chatbot. But if you assign it a task, it goes away, executes work, and comes back with a deliverable, a spreadsheet, a document, a working application. That is an agent. That distinction matters because it changes your relationship with AI. You're not having a conversation anymore, you're delegating outcomes. The technical architecture is simpler than the industry wants you to believe. Every agent has 3 components: a language model that reasons and makes decisions, tools that let it take actions, browsing websites, editing files, calling APIs, and guidance that constrains what it should and shouldn't do. By the way, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot and gives me a lot of motivation. Thank you. That's it. LLM plus tools plus guidance equals agent. Here's how I think about agents that makes them way easier to understand. I call it the little guy theory. Every agent is a little guy you hire to do a particular job. This little guy isn't genius. This little guy isn't replacing your judgment, just a competent helper with specific skills and specific limitations. This framing matters because it sets the right expectations. You wouldn't hand a new hire your company credit card on day 1 and say figure it out. You'd give them a clear assignment, limited permissions, and check their work before trusting them with more. Agents work the same way. The little guy framing also clarifies what you're optimizing for. You're not building AGI in your Notion workspace. You're trying to get tasks done without doing them yourself. That means reliability beats capability every time. I'd rather have an agent that correctly reaches 20 companies than one that attempts 100 and hallucinates half the data. Every agent is a little guy you hire for a job. Reliability beats capability. Now let's talk about 4 knobs of reliability. Knob 1, habitat. Where does your agent operate? Some live in the open web, browsing and extracting information. Others live inside your workspace, organizing content you already have. Others build software. Pick one habit to start. Mixing them creates complexity you don't need yet. Knob 2, hands. What can your agent touch? Read-only access is safest. The agent can look, but not write. The ability to click buttons is more powerful but riskier. The ability to spend money and make irreversible changes, you should keep that off until you deeply trust the system. Knob 3, leash. How much freedom does this agent have? Tightly leashed agents follow step-by-step instructions. Loosely leashed agents get goals and figure out their own approach. If you're just getting started, define things carefully. Knob 4, proof. Can the agent show it did the job correctly? Source links, screenshots, logs, before and after comparisons. If an agent can't show its work, you can't verify its work, which means you can't trust its work. Now let's talk about 4 agents you need. Agent 1, Manus, your internet researcher. It is your internet researcher. It lives in your cloud, signs up your browser, you watch it in real time, navigate websites like a human would, and compiles findings into structured deliverable spreadsheets, documents, slide decks. You assign a task like compare pricing for these 10 competitors and literally watch as it opens tabs, scrolls through pages, copies data into table. 20 minutes later, CSV delivered. What would have taken you 3 hours of clicking happens while you do other things. The key to using Manus well is specificity. Tell it exactly what columns you want, which sources are acceptable, and what formats you need. Vague instructions produce vague results. Agent number 2, Notion AI. Notion AI is your workspace brain. Unlike Manus, which goes out into the world to find information, Notion AI works with content you already have: notes, databases, meeting transcripts, project docs. By the way, in the September 2025 update, Notion introduced truly agentic capabilities. These agents can work autonomously up to 20 minutes, handling multi-step tasks across hundreds of pages simultaneously. You can tell it to extract every action from your meeting notes, group them by owner, create a task database, and it just does it. The key to Notion AI is rich existing context. It works best when your knowledge already lives in your Notion. Agent number 3, Lovable. Lovable is your app builder. You describe software in plain English. For example, I want a personal CRM with a form for adding context and searchable card grids. And it generates a working applications, front-end, back-end, database, live URL. This isn't a toy. The app uses real code, React and Tailwind, and you can export to GitHub or hand off to a developer later. Forbes called the Lovable the fastest growing software startup ever. They just raised a $200 million ARR. The key to Lovable is a clear mental picture. Describe precisely what you want. The AI cannot read your mind, but it is really good at interpreting detailed instructions. Agent number 4, Zapier, your logistic manager. Zapier is your logistic manager. It connects application and automates workflow. When something happens in app A, do something in app B. And what's new in 2025? Zapier added AI agents that bring reasoning to these workflows. Instead of rigid if-then rules, agents can analyze incoming data, make decisions based on your context, and choose actions dynamically. They now connect to over 8,000 apps. The key to Zapier is start simple, one trigger, one action, get that working. Add AI reasoning when you actually need it. There's no point using an agent for simple if-then rules. Here's the core loop. Assign work, verify outputs, iterate the instructions. Everything else is refinement. Start with just one agent, run a few missions until you develop intuition about what works. Get one use case reliable before adding another. So many people try to do everything at once. That's how you get frustrated and give up. The people who thrive with AI agents don't have technical backgrounds. They just know how to articulate what done looks like and clarify instructions when something goes wrong. The future isn't learning to code, it is learning to delegate and having enough understanding of what these agents are doing that you can troubleshoot when things break. You now have everything you need to set up your little guy and do your first agent mission. Pick one, start small, and build trust. Cheers. By the way, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot and gives me a lot of motivation. Thank you.